Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, fellow Earth travelers. Oblix here, and today I want to take just a second to talk to you about my latest purchase from R2A Watches. How y'all doing today? So normally I don't do unboxings of just new watches I've purchased that I know what's coming in. I generally reserve it for watch clubs and Kickstarters. But I've been asked to do more unboxings of just my general watches. So here you go, first one. I bought this from R2A Watches. If I can remember, I'll put a link in the down yonder. I've bought many pieces from them. Now this should be an Aviator, which is one of my favorite brands. I'm actually wrist checking here, wearing an Aviator right now. This is the Aviator Chrono. Professional Chrono, I think is the actual name. Really cool. It was designed by the Russian Swifts, which is kind of the Russian equivalent of either the Blue Angels or the Thunderbirds, which is a fighter pilot aerial acrobatic group. And it was designed by them, you know, as a chronograph for them. I love these front pushers. I think they're really cool. And I just love the styling of it. I've got a few Aviator watches. Really love the brand as a whole. But let's get into this package. Don't want to make this a 40-minute video. And let's see what we got. So, talked to my buddy Abe over there at R2A and got a good deal on it, and he sent it over to me. And let's take a look. Yeah, R2A has always been a good. Oops, sorry, bumped the camera there. R2A has always been a good group of guys to work with. They, you know, Craig the owner and you know, Abe Abe's the magic man. He's the guy in the back that actually gets all the work done. And Craig just sits up front and rakes in all the money. I'm joking. I'm sure he does a lot more, but just giving him a hard time. Let's see if I can get in here. Pack the snot out. Sorry, bang the camera again, guys. Y'all are just rocking around. So here we go, Aviator box. A little bit battered actually, but it's alright. Pop that, drop that, and we got the typical Aviator leather case on the inside. Very nice. I'll set this other stuff aside. There we go. And here's our Aviator box. And pop the snap. They always come in really nice boxes. So we got our Aviator card, international warranty, and Detente Group is the relationship's confusing, to be fair, but they're the distributor and R2A Watches is like the retailer, I guess is the kind of the way to look at it. But that's where Abe and them work. So here's the warranty or manual. What's that? Manual. Good grief. And here we go. So let's pop this in. Now this is on the lower end of the Aviator product line. But it's a fairly common model. And I thought there was plastic on there, but there's not. There is plastic on the back. Let me pop this off. Well, if I can get it off. There we go. Alright. So, you can see the model number there. Blah, 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 blah. It's basically from the MiG-26. I think it's a MiG-26 collection. It's a MiG collection, but I think it's a 26. And they have a bunch of different styles and colorations. Now I'm going to tell you straight off the bat, this is not my favorite one. It's just one they had on a good deal. So I can't pass up a good deal. But the one I really like, I'll try to remember and put a picture in here. Absolutely freaking gorgeous. But they're impossible to find. I've been searching and searching. Everybody knows where one is at a decent price. Man, hit me up. I'll be happy to consider it. Um, let's move these hands out of the way. So it is a quartz, and it is Swiss made down here at the bottom. So you got the all important words down at the 6 o'clock. Let me actually get you guys zoomed in here. Alright, there we go. So you guys can see what I'm seeing. So we have Swiss made down here at the 6 o'clock, which means it was manufactured in Switzerland. I think it's like 80% of it or some 75% or something has to actually be made in Switzerland in order to pop that down there at the 6 o'clock. And it does, of course, it is the words in my mouth. It is a Swiss movement inside. Look at these unique hands, these neat, really unique sword hands with the long, luminescence and these like twin forks popping out down the sides. Really, really cool looking. I like that a lot. The oversized logo, I think, looks really nice on this piece. Date at 3 o'clock with the nice white around it, and then of course you got the small second hand with the light ticks on this side and the heavy ticks on this side. Just really unique, kind of a special piece. And look at that case back work. They do such a good job on their case backs. I mean, really nice raised matte finish here. Just such cool pieces. I mean, it is sapphire crystal. They're just not cheap pieces. I mean, they're not outrageously expensive, but they're really good quality pieces for the price. Now, it's really interesting how the leather comes all the way up into the lugs, all the way up to meet the case, much like a stainless bracelet would. I don't know how that's going to wear. We'll have to see. But I think it's really cool looking. Let's actually get it on wrist. Let's pop this professional chronograph off. Get you guys zoomed out so you can see. And there we go on wrist. Boy, that looks cool. Yeah, that leather coming all the way up really seats that down on the wrist real well. Super comfortable, guys. It's a thin piece. Not super thin, but pretty darn thin. And it just wraps around the wrist. Excellent. Wow, that looks really good. I'm really digging this piece. The crystal is raised just slightly, and it is bone flat. It doesn't seem to have much by AR. I think there's a little bit on there. There's a bit of a blue hue to it. If I turn it away from the blue light, you still get that just slight blue hue, but it's definitely not a lot of AR if there's any on there at all. I think it's going to have pretty good lume. So normally I don't do lume shots in unboxings, but let's just hit it with a little bit of light to see what maybe it's going to do here. So it does look like it's just going to be the hands. So kind of disappointing there. It does look like it's just the hands. These guys really look like they were going to be loomed. That would have been super cool, but I can deal. I can cope. Nice branded buckle. You can see that there. And of course branded crown with their A. See how thin that piece is. I mean, it's a nice thin piece. I think on R2A they have this piece for $329. But if you join their Facebook group, you can probably work out a deal to get it for a little bit less. I won't say what I paid for it. That way, it's just fair to the company. That I did get a good deal on it, and I don't want to say that number in case somebody doesn't get that same deal and cause problems. It's I just don't want that drama. But I think it's around $329 for retail price. Again, I love Aviator watches. They are high quality pieces. They look great. Sapphire crystal, just good stuff. But I do think that's going to do it for today. I sure do appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me as we check out the Aviator Mig-25 something that I picked up from R2A Watches. You'll see a full review of this guy down the road. I'm very backlogged on reviews, guys, so I will try to knock some out this weekend, hopefully, if I can. I'm trying. Got a ton of watches on the box ready to be reviewed, so we'll get to it as soon as we can. But until next time, you guys get out there, make some noise. See ya.